like any natural remedies that we could use other than using big pharma?
I mean, to be honest, there always is. It's funny that you say that. I like to grow some
Oh my god.
oh,
Got on the cliff edges if
Those
you want to like drive around.
those two from earlier?
sorry, I was on the radio and someone started talking and I got real held up and confused on who was talking.
Wait, what radio were you on?
Hi. So
Hi.
I'm on 1 because we're apparently gonna have the meeting at PD.
Okay.
So we gotta communicate with them to let them know like when we're going over there, etc. So they can unlock the doors for us.
Alright, I was wondering earlier, like, why everyone's on 1 and not on 3, but
Yeah, that's why.
makes sense.
Yeah, I've been in contact with Snow since I got on duty.
Okay, okay. I mean, it's good to have someone else know whenever your other EMS aren't around.
What is happening with this door?
Which one?
Multiple
know,
people
I
walking
just
through
heard-
them at once.
The fucking lock mechanism gets stuck or something.
No, it was 100% me fucking with my sister and locking the door in her face.
Oh well, there you go.
It wasn't quite in my face.
Damn.
Don't worry, I did that shit to Bailey a moment ago and I felt hella bad about it.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
no,
fine.
I
I'm
don't feel
used to
bad.
it.
God
It's like just, you know, them automatic doors. What can you do? Who was there?
That was Snow.
Snow.
Why are you laughing at me?
It scared me, honestly. Him talking on the radio scared me. That's why I'm laughing. I gotta turn this thing down because that was too loud for me.
Let me know when you guys are ready to let us into your conference room.
Perfect.
Hey, you guys are ready?
See, that's the volume.
I
I need.
think so.
Is this everybody?
Alright, we can head
I
over
think the only one we're missing is Fluff.
Fluff.
Fluff
And-
might
Fluff,
not make it.
Kale, Twigs.
I know Kale can't make it today. I think Fluff might be busy with Liberty.
I don't remember. I think that's it. We're just missing 3.
Twig and Sabrina are the other 2, and I
4.
don't know where they are.
All right. Well, that's fine. We can head over there, and then if they hop on radio, we can let them know where we're at. If somebody wants to take this other ambulance, I got my personal truck too. So, you know, man.
Is that your Yosemite?
Yeah.
Impeccable taste. I may have bought the same.
Actually, I think we can all just fit in these, yeah?
Keys.
Yeah, I found out the hard way the other day. They seat fucking 6.
Oh, here you go. Oh,
Huh?
these?
Yes. You
Wait,
can fit 4
the
in the
truck
back.
or the
No, no.
ambulance?
The
ambulance.
The ambulance.
What the shit?
Oh.
Mike,
All right,
check.
well, I'm leaving this one here. We're all riding in.
Yeah, let's pile in.
Yeah.
Let's all pile in. One truck. One truck.
Fuck that.
Make sure you lock this other one. You unlocked it.
Fucking.
Did she?
Alright, we're here.
Alright, we're heading that way in just a second once everyone gets in the truck.
Told you.
I don't know where the hell. Hello. Okay. Apparently,
Well, you guys
Yeah,
into...
apparently you're getting it on the side?
Put your guys'
Yeah.
vehicle in the fits.
I'm trying. What do you
I think you
mean?
might.
Try the other side.
You might be getting it on the side. I don't know.
Hold on. I'm getting it.
Oh,
There
my-
you go.
All right.
Oh,
Yep.
never mind. I'm buckling back up. You know, when you're back here, kind of feels like a spaceship.
Wait, what?
Kind of feels like a spaceship.
How
Okay, that's
so?
what I thought you said, but I wasn't for sure.
Oh God.
I like that we're all back here, but none of us actually lay in the gurney.
I mean,
Do you want to
we
lay
could
on
try
it?
to, right?
No, this looks like the same ambulance I had the other day, and there was like a lot of blood.
Oh.
Yep. See,
okay.
look,
Yeah,
I know we
alright.
clean them, but I don't want to lay on them. Go right ahead.
Gotta scrub them dry.
Hi there, Snow.
None of you have firearms on you or anything like that, right?
Correct.
I have my
Okay,
taser.
I'm gonna... Tasers are fine.
Tasers are fine.
Trisha guys as well. One of you just disappeared.
The orange-haired lady.
Yeah.
She...
Yeah, it looks like Inari disappeared.
It's okay.
All of you in, and then we'll come back for...
Okay.
Thank you, Snow.
Yep. You guys know where it is? Question mark.
I don't fucking know.
No!
Okay,
Exclamation
follow me.
mark.
It's the one that we were at
Why is he
yesterday.
Because I rock extremely slow.
Listen, I forgot.
Okay, you've got two rooms to pick from. This one or the one over there.
I mean, fuck it. We can just use this one. There's not a whole bunch of us.
Yeah. And then you guys go. I'll go get the other one.
Oh yeah. Cheers.
Make sure we are clocked off duty, by the way, as well, because if not,
There's one
that'll be
more missing, I
chaos.
think. I believe one of the EMSs had popped when they got here.
These chairs are relaxing.
Yeah, they are. I'm very curious on what's on this computer, but I'm not gonna touch it.
All right. Yep. I got it. I got it. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that,
So
everyone.
when you guys are done.
It's okay. Stuff like that happens.
All right. So I believe everyone that's going to be here is here. It's probably. Could everybody hear me if I stand up here?
Yeah.
All right.
I hear you good.
Because I don't want to shout, but it's also a weird spot to be. I don't want to stand in front of the projector. It doesn't matter. All right. Hello, everybody. there's some new faces here I haven't got to meet yet. So, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Lavelle. I was the acting chief before Twigs, and since then I have stepped down and let him run the department. Now, I was away for a little while, but I wanted to check in with everybody, see if there's anything department wise that we should be looking into, whether it's change of SOPs or anything of the sort. And of course, I believe we have Miss Vexalia here, who is assistant chief, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything you would like to address at present. I'm obviously gonna just be here to oversee the matters at hand. But if anyone has any questions for me, I'll just be sitting right over here. And then I would like everyone to just bring forth any procedure changes that they think should be in effect. And we'll just start from the very top and work our way through them, discuss them, any upset within the department, things of that nature. Is everyone on board with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Miss
Uh,
Vexalia, it's all yours. Oh, damn it.
Bailey, I know you had that list. Do you want to go ahead and go through that?
Sure, I can. All right, everyone here knows me. Hi, I'm Bailey. There has been a few things that I have noticed while on duty and while off duty, because even though I'm not on duty, I still have people coming up to talk to me. We've had a few things that I'd like to discuss, mostly just from people that I've heard complaining about civilian-wise. We need to set up a standard when it comes to bedside manners as well as just personal attitude while on duty, because we need to be as professional as possible. And honestly, I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of people coming up and complaining to me.
Could you give us an example of what you're referring to?
I've had multiple people come up to me and say that when they show up to pillbox and there are a few of us on duty, that the attitude that they are given towards them, either on Birdie or in person, has not been up to the standards that they were expecting from EMS.
All right. Is that just like with terminology or like
Just
or like
conversation wise,
comments that are made? All right. Yep.
comments, stuff like that.
Understood. So just making sure that everyone's keeping a very professional front. Definitely if you are on the clock
Yes.
or in these doors. Well, not these particular doors, but you know what I mean. If you have the uniform on, you should be behaving as such. Now, with that, Bailey, as well, you're a doctor, right?
Correct.
So when the assistant and the chief aren't around, you're going to be the first point of contact. But with that, you're making sure these comments get to the chief, or you're like referring people to tell the chief as well, because obviously they're going to be the final ones that can really bring down the hammer, make changes, things like that.
When I get relayed comments and complaints like that, my first instinct is to go to the assistant chief to inform her as well of these complaints. That way we can work together to figure out how we can better the department to stop it from happening again.
All right, perfect. Do you guys have a game plan that you want to discuss regarding those particular complaints that you've received, or?
Me and her and a few others, I've been trying to reach out to Twig as well.
Right.
I'd like to set up a standard of just regular conversation SOPs, basically, on how to interact with people, as well as what is an okay an okay topic of conversation is and what is not okay.
Okay. I think that makes sense. More of kind of like the step-by-step procedures of checking someone in, what you need to be asking, what questions need to be answered, and then of course just keeping a professional attitude, because it doesn't
Correct.
matter if it's your friend or not. You know, you're being seen as the face of the company. So you should always have that at your forefront before you speak on certain topics. And believe me, I've been there. People like to, rile you up or make comments, and you can't help but react to them. But just try to remember where you are and who you are. And at the end of the day,
Exactly.
these people are supposed to trust you with their lives. So don't give them a reason to be nervous if they come through the front door, because then we all are not going to have a job.
Another thing that I've had people complain to me about is if people show up to Pillbox to get treated, let them come to you first to tell you what is wrong instead of immediately asking, what can I help you with? Because a lot of times, I've noticed that we have a lot of people that just come up to conversate, hang out, get to know the EMS a little bit better, create like a friendly attitude and atmosphere around us. Not everyone that comes up there is needing to be treated for something.
Well,
Like
it's a
what?
hospital. Wouldn't it be professional to introduce yourself and ask what they need? Why would they be coming to a hospital to hang out?
Yeah. We have an issue with, and I've noticed this the last time I was on duty, but at the end of the day, the hospital is not a hangout spot. It's not a coffee shop. So them asking people when they come through the door, how can I help you, is a very realistic answer. Granted, don't get me wrong. If someone's like, oh, no, I'm just here to hang out. I want to see how you guys are doing today, see if you need anything, then okay, it's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't be encouraging people to come here to chit-chat with you guys about,
which
your
is
personal
understandable.
likes
Just
and
most
dislikes,
of the
things like that.
complaints that I've heard have come from PD showing up to the hospital and getting asked those questions.
What makes PD different from anyone else coming in on the street?
They're usually coming to relay information, asking us to keep an eye out for a certain vehicle or a description of a person. They're usually coming asking for our advice, or they are sitting there to use their radars since it is on an active street.
Do we all share the same? So I want more input on this, because I personally don't see anything wrong with asking, what can I help you with? But maybe
Don't
I'm
either,
wrong.
to be honest with you.
I don't either. If they're going to be doing radar in the emergency lane where we park
Yeah,
our
they can say
ambulances,
that.
I'm going to approach them and ask if they need anything. If they want to do radar without us approaching them, they could sit across the street.
I think it's just more setting the way we deliver that, because just running up to someone and saying, "Hey, state the nature of your emergency," just it'll rub people the wrong way. And about people coming to talk to us, we're in a unique position to where no one really has it out for us. Whereas, PD, the entire criminal underworld, obviously they're going to butt heads, and then the criminal underworld not only butts heads with itself, but also with PD. We're kind of the neutral party, so a lot of people, it's understandable that they want to come and just chit chat with us, because they know no matter what, we're going to treat them like people.
Well, to follow with that, yes, you should always treat them like people, because we don't want to be robotic. But at the same time, you guys realize the main entrance we're standing at is an emergency entrance. That's not the main entrance to the hospital. So I feel like it's within reason if people come through that door. Don't get me wrong. I know that's the most used door and everyone's used that door for a long time, but it is an emergency entrance point.
Which is understandable. They're just usually met with that question in the parking lot before they even walk through the doors.
All right. Well, how about this? If they're outside, let them approach you. But if they come through those doors, it's a hospital at the end of the day.
I completely
you guys are
agree
doing
with
your
that.
jobs.
I completely agree with that.
I mean, if you obviously see someone's hurting, limping, being, carefully escorted, then by all means step up and assist them. But if they are just out in the parking lot, leave them be, unless they particularly come up to you and ask for your help. just so there's no more complaints about it and we could just nip that in the butt and continue on. But also, before we do, I also want everyone that does come to the hospital to realize that it's a hospital. So it just seems like something very interesting to me to like want to hold, like, I don't know, get mad about. But I'm just an open party. So is there another, you can continue, babe. I'm sorry.
No, you are perfectly fine. Another thing that I remember getting brought up a while back, which I'd like to point out, is I know that the idea for EMS to patrol was brought up into conversation.
It was, yeah.
That is something that I feel like if it's got brought up again, should not be something that we do. We aren't PD. We don't have a need to drive around. A lot of people will bring their friends to Pillbox, and if we are out patrolling and there's only a couple of us on duty, there is nobody at Pillbox to be able to treat those people.
I'm definitely open to giving it some further like discussion. The only reason I said that is because I had got some complaints that EMS were getting targeted for hostage situations and things like that, which unfortunately the only way to eliminate that is for you guys to not be there, which means being active, rolling units, and helping people when you can and responding to calls.
So the issue that I see with that is, all throughout all of the states, a large part of what matters to EMS is response time. So if there's a unit that's out in the field, like patrolling, that changes the response time, whereas there needs to be consistent response times to each area, because the operators they literally have a graph that says, hey, you're so and so far away from the hospital, and they're going to have to take this route to get to you. So they're going to be 5 minutes from you, stuff like that.
Right.
So if we're out patrolling, if we're across the city, that increases our response time so exponentially that could be the difference between someone's life and someone's death.
Well, no, I completely understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. Mainly, the whole reason it came up in conversation was also, if there's two of you on duty, I don't expect you guys to go out and do patrols. But like, say all of us here are on duty, we don't all need to be standing at the hospital was my main focus for that. But if there's only like 2-3 of you guys, I don't mind you guys staying at the pillbox. But if there's an abundant amount of EMS, we don't all need to just be standing there, because the amount of people that come for help don't equal out the amount of people we have here, and then it gets real cluttered in the operating room trying to treat people. But no, I have no issues with if there's 2-3 of y'all to not do that. I think it's just a numbers thing, to be honest.
Gotcha.
And then my final point is I plan on getting with Vac soon on setting up some training days for us. That way we can go over and make sure that everyone is up to date on how to treat specific wounds that we see every day. That way we aren't missing a step that could cause more damage than good. And that way everyone will have that general knowledge that they need. For some wounds, for example, like treating gunshot wounds, burns, drownings, and more like common occurrences that you see like that. I'd like to have that opportunity to get with the rest of the team and get us up to a certain standard as well.
A lot of that stuff is you can literally read it off a book. Like there is a set procedure for all of that stuff. The only one that's different, and it's really just based on type of firearm is gunshot wounds, but if you need help with that, I'm a fucking expert at gunshot wounds at this point.
Does anyone have any questions for me while I'm still up here?
All right. Would anyone else like to take the stage?
I won't stand up because my point's real quick. I've
Well, I gotta
noticed
come closer to you then because I cannot hear you.
How about I just shout?
That works too. All right.
One thing I've noticed is we'll be working on people, and I understand the focusing, making sure we're doing our jobs right. But something that I learned in the military and has literally kept soldiers alive is you always want to keep a conversation going with you when you're treating people. You want to make sure they stay conscious, keep them talking, because that can literally be the difference between life and death. You know, if they're just sitting there and you're just working on them, their brain's not working, and forcing them to focus on something can be a difference.
Fair enough. All right. Anybody else?
I'm just writing down notes on what I can't do.
What?
I'm just writing notes on stuff that I can't do.
You're writing notes on stuff you can't do. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like
What
what?
do you mean?
Like not asking people if they're hurt.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see.
That just amazes me. That's a complaint.
Yeah, that's why it kind of threw me off guard because I didn't think that people would complain about coming to a hospital and asking if they needed help. It confuses me too,
I
but
think it was just when it was asked and the delivery way it was delivered. I think that was it.
Okay.
I do agree that we should be asking people, hey, what is your injury? What do you need us to do?
That's like those 3 people that stepped in earlier. They just stepped in and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys need medical?" And the one said that he needed medical and then another one followed. So obviously he needed medical afterwards. So that's why we ask these questions. So it
Yeah.
just amazes me that people are just like complaining about
Which is fine
about
because you guys
that.
were inside the hospital when it was asked.
So if
They
it's
just weren't met
outside,
at
it's
their.
just
They just weren't met at the car or pulling into the parking lot when they got met with it.
okay.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I was gonna say I think as long as we word it properly, it won't be a problem again. If you word it as, "Oh, how can I help you?" If you leave that floor open to them, then they'll receive it a lot better than something along
Yeah.
the lines of, "Can you state the nature of your emergency?"
Yeah. Continue. Sorry.
That'll set them on the off foot, and they'll feel like it's more of it's being a little bit too direct.
Like an example for me, like when I see people walking up to me or they're inside the hospital, my first question is, "Hey guys, are we doing all right today?" And then usually they'll tell me if they need medical or not.
I just don't see how asking someone to state the medical emergency is a bad thing. In the emergency
I don't
department.
think it is.
I don't think so.
I don't understand.
It's not a bad thing. It's just
it is not a bad thing. It is.
It's
people can be very touchy with how things are delivered, so that is the only way that I can think that they would have a problem with it.
So Dash, it's the psychology of the whole thing. So when you say, state the nature of your medical emergency, it feels like you're rushing them. Whereas if you open it up with, how can I help you? Then you're giving them the chance to speak on their terms.
It's like retail. Like if you're shopping, you don't want someone to come up and be like, "What are we looking for today?" They're like, "Hey guys, how's it going today?" Or you just, like start a conversation first. Make them feel they can trust you and be open with you.
Yeah, it's like when you're shopping and they go, "Hey guys, you find everything all right today?" And like, you can say, "Yeah, it's pretty good." Or like, if you're actually looking for something and you genuinely can't find it, you're just like, "Well, no, I'm trying to find this and I've looked everywhere and I can't find it."
All right. So bottom line with that, if they're in the parking lot, just keep it open. If they walk through those doors, you can very well ask them what their emergency is, because at that point they are in a business.
Yeah.
All right. All I hear
10
is
bucks
a
out of
whale
me.
ass bar.
I'm calling now. $10 that was me.
We need to ask later for sure.
All right. Do either one of you have anything you want to say? I know everyone on this side has spoken.
Yeah, any reason why I haven't been promoted? And what should I work on to do that?
I actually have looked into that.
Yeah, I was very curious because I'm like, I've been around a bit. Well, how the schedules be like. So I've been doing
Which is understandable.
what I can do, but I was curious if there's anything that I need to improve on to be able to receive a promotion.
So, one of the main reasons that there has not been a promotion for you just yet, we are looking into it. But the main thing is, yes, we know how your schedule is. You're around when you can. That is no fault to you at all. We completely understand. One of the main things is I just want to make sure that you feel confident enough in yourself to be able to do the job. And I want to be able to see that as well to discuss a promotion with you.
Okay.
Like you are heading in the right direction. You are doing a wonderful job. I just want to be able to see you feel more confident in yourself when doing the job.
All right, so that's about it. Like no.
That's literally about it.
Okay, because I'm putting it right here. Flaws need to work on what? I guess nothing. All right, I'll do my best.
Yep, that's literally about really it. That's the only thing that I see with you. It's just you, like you are very reserved. Keep to yourself. Like I just want to see that confidence because I know you know what you're doing.
Listen,
I know you know the job. You're
Listen,
just very to yourself.
it's the balls, okay? I can't. It's nerve-wracking.
And it can be
About
sometimes.
Frankie and Grizz?
Yep.
Oh.
That makes a lot of sense.
Sometimes, but they have to get medical. They have to get seen. They have to get treated. So I swallow that pill and go with it.
If something walks through the door, you can always request one of the males to take care of that.
I'm a big girl. I can be brave about it.
All right.
And you're doing a great job in doing so as well. I have noticed that. Trust me, when I first started, I'm pretty sure every guy in the city was hitting on me.
Oh yeah.
It was awful. But the way that I got through it is just remembering they are a patient. After they leave the hospital premises, I don't have to talk to them again.
True.
I have a question. This is towards Vex. What did you get hired in as?
I got hired in as a recruit.
And you are what now?
Nurse.
And how did you get promoted so fast?
I mean, I have 8 years in the medical field of experience, and I've been busting my ass off.
In this city.
Mm-hmm.
So you got hired as a recruit, and you have 8 years medical experience. Okay.
We've talked about this, but before I flew in here, I was in the military as a 68 whiskey. I was a combat medic for 8 years.
That'd be outside the city.
Correct.
Okay.
That should not be tied into what position you get in EMS. And if that is the reason you were promoted so fast, then something needs to happen about that. Because I appreciate every single person that has experience in the field being part of EMS, because obviously it's going to help people that don't know this terminology, don't know how the field works, to get better at it. But because of the fact that you have knowledge out of city, that should not be a reason that you are where you are. Definitely, if we have people who actually have been working hard, but the whole reason that they are not getting promoted is because they can't be around as much, that's not fair to them. There's no reason you should have went from a recruit to a nurse.
I was gonna say I also dealt with the 7-person mash cas by myself the other day.
That's
is
more.
true. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, this is true. I heard all about it. I went ahead and clocked in, and he told me all about that. That
Yeah,
was crazy.
I was gonna say the report's in there. I actually think
Yeah, I
it's
was
the
reading a
first
couple of
report.
them. But I want to make very sure that we are all aware and on the same page that yes, people in this department have experience. And like I said, it's appreciated because it keeps things well together. But that should not dictate where you end up in EMS. If someone's working harder than you or putting in more work, then that should be taken into consideration. Not saying that's happening here, but that's my concern, because we're not going to do favoritism. And if I find out that is what's happening, then I will restructure if needed.
It's not.
I don't want to do that.
Like 20 hours a week, so
Yeah, I don't want to do that, which is why I haven't had any say in who goes where or what's done. But I also do not want this department to be something that, like, I've heard complaints about PD doing, and I don't want that to be this.
Which is understandable. There's just, if you even read over what SOPs we do have right now, there are certain things that certain positions can do and cannot do based off of their rank. And if you have the knowledge in being able to do those things that are listed in the SOPs, it gives them a reason to be in a rank of that position.
and I was gonna say, like, me and my sister have discussed, I don't want to go all the way to the top or anything like that. I want to hit doctor and become, like, I've been studying and going to school to be a licensed psychiatrist.
Right, yeah. And that's fine. Like, I'm just going to keep it 100% forward. It's just, if you're using out of city knowledge to push your rank system here in the city, I will not let that stand.
That's not what's been happening.
That's what I'm saying. If that's not happening, then I don't care. Like I said, I'm very hands off with it all. But no one is getting special treatment just because you know more than someone else does.
I was gonna say, I haven't asked for any kind of promotion. I just kind of get told, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have, but we have had people who have asked, and they need that feedback if they are supposed to move up. They need feedback from the chief and from the assistant and from the higher ups to point them in the right direction so they can get ranked up and not stay where they are. So
Yeah,
it's exceptionally, like, it's disheartening when you do put in work, you do work hard, and then someone comes in and is immediately promoted. It's not fair to them. Like, you got to see it from the other side too.
Yeah, I will say, I do keep trying to get in contact with Twig and actually go over stuff and work on stuff, but I have not been getting anything back. It's been 2 or 3 weeks now that I have not heard anything back from him.
All right, well, I'll fix that situation right now. I will be acting as chief until we do hear back from him. That way you guys aren't just waiting around to find, like, to get additional assistance with stuff or getting approval for whatnot. So I'll just take over chief again for now, since he hasn't been around. He had asked me to, but he never confirmed he needed me to be. But since you haven't heard anything for a couple weeks, I'll just go ahead and step in.
I was gonna say, since the day I got hired, I haven't met the man once.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll fix that then.
I saw him around, or he made a post on Birdie, maybe a week or two ago, but then it was
Yeah, I was
half
looking
an
at the
hour later and I
reports, and
didn't
he
see him.
hasn't written a report for almost a month. So
Yeah.
yeah, if I think he might just need a vacation, and that's fine. I don't mind taking over chief again for now. And then if he decides he wants to come back around, then he can happily have it again. I don't care. But until then, I'll be around so I can help you guys make decisions and push changes, things like that. So if we need to update SOPs, Vax, I want you to get with me. Give me a list of what you need changed, what you want to discuss, and the three of us, I guess, can have a discussion amongst ourselves to discuss some additional stuff with the department and what changes you guys want to put forward.
Okay.
Because obviously y'all have put in the most time. I have not been here, so I'm not going to come in acting like I know exactly how things need to be ran, what needs to be changed, etc. That's why I wanted this to be open table and give everyone a chance to talk. But I think one of the things that we're all going to put into effect as of right now was the conversation about not immediately bombarding people when they come to the hospital. Once they step in the doors, ask them what they need help with, what their emergency is, etc. But to let them come to you first. So that way we can eliminate whatever complaints have been passed along to Bailey, and we can just knock that out right here now. Does anyone have any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
Going once? Going twice? Speak now, forever hold your peace. All right. So with that, Vax, Bailey, since you seem to be taking note of a lot of different things, it sounds like, I'll get with you two, and we'll, like I said, we'll discuss what changes need to be made, what you would like to see implemented, and we can move forward with that. And then, is anyone here staying on duty?
No.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
I probably will.
All right. Well, whoever wants to stay on duty, we can all head back to Pillbox. That way, you're not stuck with one vehicle. We can get people, ambulances, things like that.
Can I clock on duty now?
Yes. Yeah.
Snow, would you be so kind as to let us out?
I'm not even going to pretend like I know where the hell I'm going. Okay.
I'm
so
following you.
anyway,
Oh.
I ain't never been in here before. I don't know why y'all following me for.
I don't know. Got long hair.
You said I got long hair?
Yeah.
What's that have to do with it?
I don't know.
Like a trail we gotta follow, you know?
All right. This is not the yellow brick road.
The orange.
Yeah, it's orange.
Oh my god.
Oh, look,
Thank
Kit Kat.
you.
Thank you.
Come on.
Bingo.
Were they spying? Oh, hi.
Come on.
Into the boo-boo truck I go.
What? Oh, okay. My brain went a whole different direction.
With boo-boo truck?